on MHS1.
We look into our local police hooping for the cause.
We take a shot on a new YouTube channel.
And we learn about the ban on websites.
And that's all coming up on MHS1. McKinney High School. Today is Friday, April 7th. I'm Devin Field.
And I'm Nick Limbo, and you're watching MHS1.
The police department in McKinney have started a new program to bond with kids and to fight the negative stereotypes surrounding officers. Marissa Troiani, Lexi Villarreal, Nick Limbo, and Alec Delgado bring us the story on how they are trying to connect with the community.
This past week, the McKinney Police Department held an event called Hooping with the Blue to bring the community together and bond with the kids.
This is actually our event that we coordinated through our neighborhood police officers unit. Our guys work on this side of town, so we decided to put together events so we can come out and hang out with the kids and kind of interact with the community down here. We got a bunch of pizzas and drinks and snacks donated, and that's what we're here for. Just kind of interact with the community. Me personally, I grew up here in McKinney. I actually grew up not too far from here. So to kind of get involved with the kids of the neighborhood is very important to me because I want to be a positive influence on them. So I'm hoping that our interaction with them will kind of change some of the perceptions about police officers. So we're kind of hoping that we spend a few minutes with them playing basketball, eating pizza, or just hanging out. Hopefully when they grow up, they won't have bad perceptions of police officers. Or they'll feel a little bit more comfortable to talk to us if they need something or they have issues going on. They can come talk to us about it. Well, I'll put it together. This is my unit. We do different events throughout the year, and this is one of the events that we coordinated. This is the first time we've done this one, so hopefully it'll get bigger and better next year, but this is the first time we've done it. What they see on TV, on the news and stuff like that is not always positive information about police officers. So sometimes kids are scared of police officers, so we want to kind of change that perception and try to interact with them while they're young and maybe in that middle school age kids, so they feel comfortable talking to us. We don't want them to be scared of us, obviously, so we want them to feel like if they have an issue or they have some questions, they're not scared to come talk to us about it.
I've always wanted to be a police officer when I was a little kid, so if this was here when I was younger, definitely, I'd love it. It's really teaching me if I want to be one of those people getting around the community-oriented policing are those people that will be on those bikes. And if I want to be one of those, it really just helps me get those abilities to have a connection with those kids. Because it really gets those kids knowing if I need help with something, I can go to those people. And frankly, it's working. A lot of kids are going to those officers now, and it's really good. I think this should be going on for as long as possible. We have other events just in this. We have Coffee with Cops, we have Tacos with Cops. Coffee with Cops just happened recently, so they have all these little events that they put out there so they can get to know the community. It's a great thing they got going on here.
To find out about the other events the police department will hold, check out their Facebook page, Google McKinney Police Department, or check out the McKinney calendar. This has been Lexi Villarreal, Marissa Troiani, Alec Delgado, and Nick Limbo reporting for MHS1.
Communities in School is a program to help students get more involved with things such as the Girl Empowerment Club. Here's Riley Mulligan and Kylie Tauber with the story.
A new program at our school allows students to unite within the community.
We work with different students that need extra assistance to want to come to school. We create different programs to offer that, as well as resources and things like that to not only just students that are at risk, but we also offer programs to students that are not at risk, so we can keep them going to school and keep them active into the school spirit and everything like that, and to make sure that they know that they have that support system in the school where they're not administrators or counselors. We just basically were representatives of their environment, like what they grow up with, whether it's outside in their neighborhood or inside of the classroom. We offer different programs, summer after school, and then during school we also offer that support system so that they're able to continue throughout their day. So we have the Girl Empowerment Group, which is a way for girls to feel like they have a voice and they can voice their opinion as well as their ideas in a manner where people would want to listen and understand. We have the Young Men Unite program where we're working together with young men in the community as well as young men in the school to help them bond together. And then we have the STEP team, which also offers confidence, so school spirit, and as well as just giving them an opportunity to feel like they belong to something. And then we have our SPED group, and then I have my newcomer center, which is also a class as well.
So for communities and schools, I'm in Girl Empowerment, which is like a group of girls. We like build each other up. We do like team building and stuff like that. And also I'm on the STEP team. Honestly, it just makes me more of like a social butterfly, I guess you can say. And we do like community service too, so it helps me get my hours in Avid and also like just helping people. Girl Empowerment Group, honestly, I feel like we need more of that in the school. We need like women building each other up instead of tearing each other down.
This has been Riley Mulligan and Kylie Tauber reporting for MHS1.
Last Friday, Pals and Partners PE came together to support our team in the Special Olympics track and field event.
Mary Catherine Chaparro and Amy Huynh bring us the highlights.
On Friday, March 31st, over 1,350 volunteers and 780 athletes from many different schools participated in the Special Olympics track and field meet.
In 1979, our Special Olympics team here at McKinney ISD started their delegation, and then over the years we have grown and grown, of course, and I've been the coordinator for 12 years now here, and when I started, we started with about 50 athletes, and now we have 312. Seeing their faces when they are running, crossing the finish line, love getting the hugs. It's just such a pure joy. They love this day, and it's a lot of work, but you watch one race and you realize that this is why I do what I do. This event takes a lot. We compete in 4 different events for the McKinney Mavericks a year. We do bowling, basketball, bocce, and track and field. Track and field is by far the largest, as we can see. It takes a lot of hands, takes a lot of volunteers, it takes a lot of planning. My assistant coordinator, Tricia Chandler, she is optimal in planning this event, and a lot of the school district employees too. And volunteers come out from Central, and it's a great community event too. We have community volunteers, so it takes a village.
McKinney High School students involved in PALS volunteered at the track and field meet.
PALS is just kind of like a program where you mentor kids and you just help them out, like here at the field. We watch over them and we just cheer them on, and we're here for support and just to be a role model for kids. This is my first year doing it, and everybody comes out, is so supportive, and all the kids are just super excited, so it's fun.
This has been Amy Huynh and Mary Catherine Chaparro reporting for MHS1.
Student councils across all 3 high schools have started taking donations of school supplies to help out our Title I schools. Here's Mary Catherine Chaparro, Victoria Carvajal, and Eric Boatman with the story.
Student Council is putting on the yearly Fill the Bus school supply drive.
The Fill the Bus is an event Student Council does every year where we collect school items and then we bring them all to Title I schools so they can have supplies for the next coming year. And it just really helps out our community and helps out the schools in need.
Bring any 10 items for 1 Green Court hour and get up to 3 Green Court hours.
Usually when we have an incentive of some kind, we have more participation from our high school kids because it tends to be a little bit more long-lasting.
Fill the Bus will go from April 3rd through April 24th. This has been Victoria Carvajal, Eric Boatman, and Mary Catherine Chaparro reporting for MHS1.
5 kids at our school have started a new YouTube channel emphasizing their skills.
Jonah Ott and Landry Amick bring us the story.
Some students here at McKinney High have recently started making trick shot videos. While these kids are not used to the limelight,
I looked right at the camera. I'm sorry.
I'm doing both. They are not hesitant to put their creations on YouTube.
Started off as my English project, and then we thought it was kind of fun, and like people like laughed at it, and so we're like, oh, let's just make another one. And so we made the second one, and then a couple weeks after we released the second one, we were like, let's make a third one just for fun, and yeah.
We had fun with the first one, so they included me into the second one, and we just continued after that. What we do is we basically film ourselves shooting different trick shots from different locations.
Get in high places or really far away and throw footballs or basketballs or frisbees into a goal. Make trick shots.
These juniors find much of their inspiration from other trick shot videos.
So we like to follow Dude Perfect and as well as Brody Smith, The way they shoot their trick shots is actually pretty inspiring for us to make our own videos about it.
We don't try to copy them because that's just lame, so we try to stay original. But yeah, kind of.
My personal favorite trick shot was my behind the back one, so.
This has been Jonah Ott and Landry Amick reporting for MHS1.
If you're using the school Wi-Fi or trying to do research on the internet, some websites have been blocked by a system called Smoothwall. Alex Moltz can show you how to get around it.
Smoothwall, the internet filtering software used in McKinney ISD, sweeps through sites based on category, which can sometimes be too broad and impede schoolwork.
It has stopped me from doing schoolwork. Sometimes I would have to look up information, like I know when I was a freshman in biology, we'd have to look things up, or just anything. Maybe I had a curse word or some inappropriate content. I would have to look it up for an assignment, and I couldn't access it, even if it was the best option.
Teachers have access to log in to Smoothwall if they want to evaluate a website to ensure that it actually has an instructional point. So they do have that access. I don't know that any teachers have ever tried to back end it, but I'm pretty sure students have.
CIPA, the Children's Internet Protection Act, is a federal law that requires public schools to use a filter for internet use, and if it isn't followed, it's bad news for the district.
And if we don't comply with CIPA, then we lose out on federal dollars to support technology in the classroom. So it's really important that we stay on top of those federal laws. So Smoothwall is the tool that we have chosen, MISD chose, to use as our filtering system. I will say, Smoothwall is an out-of-the-box tool. We purchase Smoothwall just like a package, just like software. So when it comes to us, it's very restrictive because it works with categories. It becomes more and more where teachers are contacting me about specific little onesie-twosie things that they would like to have open.
In fact, a survey was conducted last year that asked teachers whether they thought Smoothwall was a large roadblock for students' work, and a large majority said less than half of the time, rarely or never.
I have gotten around it once, because it was absolutely necessary. I had to have a teacher do it. Other times it wasn't imperative, but I have gotten around it.
Smoothwall does give us some options for customizing the way students are filtered, so that as a senior, you're not filtered the same way a 5-year-old at an elementary school is. So they're a little bit tighter, and then we start to loosen the reins as you get to high school.
This has been Alexander Moltz reporting for MHS1.
The Lionettes softball team lost to Plano Senior this past Tuesday with a score of 2-11, and they will now play Denton Guyer at home at 7:30. The Lions baseball team won Tuesday night 3-0 against Plano East, and they will now play them at home tonight at 7:30. The golf team placed 8th in districts, and congrats to the girls relay team for placing 1st in their heat. Now that's all for sports. Here's a look into the small creature that's been roaming around the outside of our school. Maddie Cox and Chelsea Villarreal bring us the story.
McKinney High School has recently welcomed some new feathered guests.
Those are Muscovy ducks. They are native to Central and South America. They've migrated a little bit into Texas and the southern states.
These ducks have made their own nest right outside the main hallway.
On the 31st when we counted, there was 12 eggs there. Based on the research that I've done, she stopped laying eggs last Friday, so 35 days from there, which should be about May 5th. We have named the ducks. The daddy duck is Luke, and the mama duck is Lorelei.
I think the ducks here at Town Lake, pretty essential part of McKinney High culture. If I was a duck, I'd definitely lay eggs here at McKinney High, not at like Boyd or anything, you know? This is definitely the best place for ducks.
This has been Chelsea Villarreal and Maddie Cox reporting for MHS1.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News. And remember,
if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School, it's MHS1.